What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Really Charlie podcast. And today's guest is, she already got 5 stars. This is the making, this is a making of a star. She's already a star, but in my eyes, she is already 5 stars on the Really Charlie podcast. I am so happy that a mutual family member of ours kind of reached out to us, and that's Paulo Paris. That guy always seems to put another guest on my podcast, so I just keep following his lead, and I can't remember. I don't know what number you are, but it is you are definitely not the last, and definitely not the least. Your resume is amazing. This is just cool stuff, and we're gonna talk about a few things, but I first want to find out how are you doing today, because every day seems to be a busy day for you.
Absolutely. I am doing amazing, actually. I'm getting ready, like you said, for my book launch tomorrow. Super excited. So many people have registered. It's going to be a virtual event. So I'm really excited and feeling super grateful and blessed and just thanking God so much for all his blessings and what he continues to do in my life. So, and I always pray that, he allows me to be a servant, because that's really who I am, and to serve others and to bring light and love and just help people become the best, of their, be the best of who they are and what they can be, because a lot of times, we're living in a very dark world. So if I can be a light in someone's life and bring positive energy, that's what it's all about. So yes, I'm feeling amazing that I will have the platform tomorrow to light the room up and help others become their best.
Mm. Well, I already inspired by some of the things that I read, especially the I don't know who gave you this name, but this was eye catching, and I'm gonna put it up here. Um, it says people call Alexandra Labarr. Is
Yeah.
that correct, Labarr? The
Oh,
networking
yes.
queen. Yes. I don't want to mess up your husband's name.
Yeah.
He's a big dude, handsome dude.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
keep that dude, man. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you definitely that's a kingdom and queendom picture I seen early on social media of you two, talking about how busy
Oh,
you are, and I like that. I like that. Um, so I've been doing this podcast since 2020. COVID kind of kept us all inside, and I decided, oh, what am I going to do? And podcast kind of just struck
mhm.
my interest, and it was cool. I was in the house, might as well do something, and here I am. And I don't think I'm going to stop doing it, because it's just enjoyable. I get to meet people like you, and I'm also self-published author, so this really dear to my heart. What you're doing, book number 2 coming up, and so I'm definitely going to purchase both of them, as much because there's a lot behind me over here,
Mhm.
and most of those books behind me are all my guests that have been on the podcast. So
Thank you.
um let's talk about you, and the you going through school, high school, college, and you decide that you're going to do something like this, and come into everybody's homes and phones and everything else, and you put your face available for everyone to see. You put your work out there, you put your intellect out there. Who inspired that?
Well, wow. So that's an amazing question. I don't think I've ever been really asked that question in that way. So thank you for
Thank
that. I think just in my book, the Show Up Scared, I share my life journey, being an immigrant coming here to this country when I was 7 years old. I was born in Portugal. My family is Cape Verdean, and I was raised as a Criolla, right?
you. Hmm.
So I think that losing my parents at a young age and just having to find my own way and the adversity that I've gone through, many, right?
Hmm.
I think has led me here. And, it's funny because I was thinking about it the other day of like, wow, I've arrived. I've arrived not just because everything is okay. I've arrived in a place. In fact, that's a chapter. It's the last chapter in my book. I've arrived because everything that I've gone through has gotten me here, and I'm very humble. I'm humble.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful. And this is not something you just wake up and say, I'm going to be an author. Your path, it just finds you in a sense. I know you said you're an author. Just the things that I'm doing, you start attracting, you start attracting the things that you want or desire in life. And some of the things you don't even know that you are attracting. So yeah, it's more of like just being here and arriving and just being grateful.
Yep, we're still here.
Okay.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, it cut out for some reason. The you mentioned about being an author, and yeah, I never really thought about it, but I was working, and someone in the building said, "Hey, man, you should write." And I was writing poetry throughout my life, and got discouraged by a teacher during high school, and kind of just put everything down, and just said, "Hey, I guess she's right. I don't have it. I don't have what it takes." And even after placing second in the state with the NAACP, I was like, I still felt, because it came from someone that I truly respected, and that hurt, and I said, I'm not doing this again. So I didn't until 2008, and I started writing again. And crazy how God works. A teacher came out of nowhere, and I was working in a middle school, and he said, "You should write." And his name is Al Karen, and that led me to writing again. And 15 books later, I'm here.
Wow.
So
So good.
yeah. So other than that, I truly wouldn't even thought about it. If he didn't come my way,
Yeah, people have told me too, I've always been inspirational, and they'll say, you need to write a book. You need to write a book. And sometimes people will tell you what God wants to tell you, right? He uses people to give you some messages. And I never really even thought about that. So funny that Show Up Scared, you talked about COVID. I left my corporate job, I would say almost 6 years ago, and decided to bet on myself. And at that time is when I started writing. Show Up Scared. It was a different name at the time, so it's been changed. And then during that time where I wanted to release Show Up Scared, I remember walking in the park, and God just kind of came to me and was like, no, you're not releasing that. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm not releasing this book? I've been working on it. This is the only book. And Power of Networking came up, which is my first book. And funny enough, I had a workshop. So during COVID, because you mentioned it, I was teaching workshops for property management companies, anyone that was looking to do like a continuing education. It was a state credited class that I was teaching, and it was helping so many people at the time. So when I came back from that walk, I was like, I don't have a book, but I have a workshop. So I sat down being obedient, right? Because, when you have, it was just a really strong message that you're not putting out Show Up Scared, you're putting out the power of networking. So I sat down, I remember sitting at my desk, and I was just like, all right, well, here are my PowerPoints. And I went chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and I just started writing, and it felt really good. And I got that done within like a year, and then published it in 2023, and then put Show Up Scared to the side and just focus on that. But it's so funny how God works, because what the message really was is you're not ready to put out Show Up Scared, because your journey, your story is not ready yet, because it's a memoir, and I had so much more to tell. So now, fast forward, it's coming out tomorrow. And I'm so grateful that I followed and listened, because sometimes we're not obedient. There's messages that come to us and we think we know it all. But because I listened, my book is amazing. And I got 2 more years of incredible experiences that I would have never had if I had just put it out years ago. So it was just beautiful. I think back and I'm just like, thank you, God, because I'm now, international speaker. I've spoken on huge stages. Just this summer, I spoke to over 2,000 government employees that brought me in to speak in Hollywood, Florida. So all these opportunities created the authority that I needed to put this, book out, and it created a movement. So in addition to that, the book Show Up Scared, the title came from me presenting the power of networking, because part of my presentation, I would say, you have to show up as yourself. You got to show up scared, being in networking, you have to do that. So the title came from me just presenting at events for the power of networking. So just had to share that story. Unbelievable. Sometimes I think I'm like, oh my goodness, how things happen.
That it's your book cover, right? It's one of your book covers. But man, imagine that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Imagine that in your office.
Yeah.
On the wall, Show Up Scared.
Yeah.
It instantly catches you. You look at that and you're like, Show Up Scared.
Yeah.
Wow. And but even on a t-shirt, I would wear that.
Yeah. No, I have t-shirts I'm going to be giving away tomorrow. It's not Show Up Scared, is Do It Scared, which is both, right? I have Show Up Scared and Do It Scared, because Show Up Scared came from me doing things scared my entire life. Everything I've done in my life, I've done it being scared. But the difference between me and most people is I actually was okay with doing it scared. I push forward. Most people that are scared, they stop. Stop and they let fear take over. So I created a feel forward movement, which is trademarked now. And I'm teaching that to people that are feeling stuck. And when they feel fear or get scared, I'm teaching them that you push through the fear. They tell you to ignore it. They tell you, I know you're scared, but to try to forget, don't think about it. And me, I'm saying, no, I want you to feel it. I want you to feel it, because we need to feel it. We need to change the mindset of how we feel about being scared. The more you ignore it, the more it's there. But the more you accept it, you train your mind. That's when you get that breakthrough. Your mind's like, okay, every time this person is scared, she keeps moving anyway. So then you become resilient. You become like unstoppable, and you just overcome these fears that you have. So yeah, feel it and move forward.
So as you obviously are inspiring thousands of people. And who's that one person when you're not inspired? Who's that one person that catches you at a standstill and says, Alexandra, you got to do this? Who's that one person in your life that does that for you?
I would say my husband. He's probably the one that it's funny because I'm very strong, but he's the one person that would be like, hey, hold on a second. You should, that I literally will stop and have those conversations. And you saw what I wrote on Facebook today, just 22 years of pure love and friendship and respect. It's going to be 20 years. We'll be married in January.
Awesome.
So yeah, I would say it's my husband. Yeah, he's my biggest supporter.
Sometimes we have inspirational leaders that just keep going and going and going and going and going and going, and then forget about that self-care sometimes. And as we're wondering why is Alexandra, why is Charlie not participating? Sometimes we just got to slow down, just for a moment, could be a day, a few hours. And so, but I see you're doing a lot of self care because everything you're doing, you see it in your smile, you see it in your eyes. Got to read people and you got to read people, and I'm pretty sure your husband's well aware of. All right, guess what? We're going away for a weekend. Let's go. Check. Time for you to slow down. I need my time. You need your time. Let's go do this. And
Absolutely.
yeah. Um, Speaking of the devil, Paulo Paris says, hello, cousin.
Hello.
Muted the Red Sox and versus the Yankees game. You listen. You better mute that game. You can watch it, but you better listen loud and clear what you did.
He's
You
coming
got
to
us.
mess with you.
Yeah, you got us together on this podcast, which I am truly appreciative because I wouldn't have known of you. And I'm glad. I'm glad because everything you're doing is very important. You have 6 women, I believe, going to work with you tomorrow.
Yes.
You know what I see in that? I see what you're bringing to the table, and that's for you and them, right? But what I see for me is those are 6 guests I could put on a Really Charlie podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And thank you for that. So,
Absolutely.
and here you are, you're building my audience just by being here, and introducing me what you're doing. And the book. I can't wait. See, this is me, right? Tomorrow night I have a podcast from 6 to 7. Then I gotta jump on to your virtual.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm gonna miss that first hour, but
It's okay.
I ain't gonna leave you hanging. I'm not gonna leave you hanging because I registered twice.
Yeah. It's okay. No, I love it. I love it. You'll be right on time. You'll be right time. We have, I think, over like 150 people registered, and my phone is still like going on. People still registering, so it's good. And it's funny, these women that I'm bringing in, very intentional. These are powerhouse women. And one thing I've learned is that you can't do this thing called life by yourself. We all have our whys. Why do you do what you do? And I can tell you my whys: my kids, my family. I want to leave a legacy, right? That's part of my why. But what's really important to get you to the end is your who's, right? Your who's are the ones that are going to help you get there faster. So I always tell people, who are these who's? And these women here are my who's. These are women who believe in me, who support me, and who are just incredible at what they do. When I say powerhouse, you'll hear them speak tomorrow. These women have a story and they're killing it in their respective industries. So I am so grateful to have all the who's. The who's have gotten me where I'm at today. The who's, the right who's, because it's not just the who's, it's the right who's, the right people that are in your network that are going to help you, get to the other side of where you want to go. And we all want to get there as fast as we can, right? That's
Exactly.
important. So yeah, these are my who's.
The great idea what you're doing. I never thought about a virtual launch, and that's cool. It's definitely something a whole lot better than a book signing. And I'm not discrediting any book signing, but that virtual, everyone's virtual, and so many times we get excuses or reasons why someone can't go to your book signing. But we all know as society, everyone has a computer in front of them, a phone in front of them. And guess what? All right, you're at home. I understand you're sick, but you know what? You can join us. Come join us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's I love the virtual because people get to come on, but then also you have a bigger reach. I could have people coming in from Africa, I have people coming in from Brazil, Portugal. I have friends from all over that are jumping on. Now I get to have a bigger reach and really share my story and inspire, not just in my community, because I will be doing a, in-person book signing. I will be going on a book tour, just like I did with the first book. However, I just wanted to do this first, just because as you continue to grow your network and you grow your followers, it's better to do that one day of like, here's my book launch, and then you go to different cities and really sit and, you know, meet people face to face. So yeah.
I'm gonna actually want to put your website in front of me,
Sure.
in front of all of us, so we can have it. The you know, I only had one book signing, but I and the only reason is I was just want to get my stuff out there.
Mhm.
And you know, there's one thing an author can do, some authors can do that, and that's put out their material. But this joke, a friend of mine told me, he says, "What's one thing that a pizza delivery guy can do that an author can't?"
Oh,
I said, "What?" He said he can feed a family of four every day.
aw.
Just bring a pizza home, right? So
Oh, wow.
it's kind of corny, but
But it's cute.
it stuck
There's
with me.
something there.
And you know, my you know, my book sales are what they are. But you talked about legacy. See, my legacy is just putting the book on the shelf and inspiring someone in my family, in my friendships, in my circle to write a book. There's so much talent out there that I'm like, write a book, man, write a
Yeah.
book. And I inspired a few people, and that's just saying what you just said, leaving a legacy behind. And
Yeah,
I think we all should do that.
absolutely.
Um, I hope I spelled it right.
Yeah.
Every just want to let you know that everyone, the website, Alexandra's website, is on the screen right there. I'm gonna leave it up there for a while. Um, this out of both your books, you must have read them and said something's missing, and I forgot about it. So does that lead to a third book for you?
Well, I already have a third book coming out. That's going to be in January. So it's yeah, I told my husband it's my last book. He says, sure, whatever,
Yeah.
until the next one, right? So yeah, I think every book, especially Show Up Scared. Show Up Scared is a personal memoir, you know, it's a memoir, it's my story. So I was actually giving my editor a hard time. I was pushing back on it, and I got to a point where I was just like, you know, I don't like this, I don't like that. And she's like, hold on a second, Alexandra. I've had so many authors like you who have written memoirs and they do the same thing. Are you like having anxiety? Are you scared? I go, oh my goodness, I'm showing up scared for my own book. So that was like a moment of like, you know, something. Yeah. So there's going to be things missing, and it's okay. The third book, I'm publicly saying it today, is written already. It's in the works. It's a follow-up from my book, Show Up Scared. It's called Mom, Why Did You Leave? Right. So when my mom passed away, and I know you're Cape Verdean and you know how our culture is, we're not really sat down and, you know, really getting therapy and anything like that. It's a different, and I don't know if you were raised more Americanized. I wasn't at all. My family's very old school. Love them all, but we weren't the kind of family that's going to sit down and really, you know, explain why your mom's no longer here. So with that, there was this huge gap in my heart, and I just didn't know like what was going on. So I became very numb to it all. But I didn't realize, you know, I was actually mad at her for leaving. I thought it was like it was her fault. I was like, why would you leave your kids? Like, you're so selfish. Like, why did you leave? I have this, I have prom, I have, you know, I'm 13, I need my mom, I have things happening to my body and I need to talk to you. Why would you leave me? So this book is for children that have lost a parent, and it's really cute. It's a children's book. This is not an adult book, so that's why I love it. It's very niche, and I'm okay with that. And it walks the child through the healing process of why a parent would leave and have to go and be with God. So that was dear to my heart. And again, as I was finishing up Show Up Scared, I felt the need to write a real heartfelt story and at least reach out to the younger Alexandra. So now I get to parent her in a sense. So it's almost my inner child that I'm feeding this to and giving this present to, because my little Alexandra went through a lot of pain, and now I get to feed her soul and give her that hug and
Hmm.
comfort of her losing her mom. So that's dedicated to my inner child, Alexandra Silva.
I love that. It's 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 funny how we all lead to a children's story, right? A children's book. I did two of them,
Oh, wow.
and they were all. I think there's some truth in all the books we write. All the children's books we write, because we are living in that inner self.
Mhm.
And it just so happens that one of them was about my neighborhood,
Mm.
and I did that. And then another one was about two autistic kids that I worked with. I'm a school bus driver since I retired 7 years ago from the police force. I was there 30 years, and
Wow.
so now I'm doing a bus, driving a bus, and I love it. I I could have had so many Instagram videos today. The kids were singing on my bus, and it's just a cargo van, and there's 8 kids on it, and oh my God, they were singing. I says I would get 1 million views if I just record this. Privacy, you can't do that,
Obviously, yeah.
but man, they were making me laugh, and uh, I didn't realize how many words I didn't know in some of the songs.
Hmm.
And so I've been saying the wrong words for a little while now.
The kids will teach us, trust me.
Yes, they will. The Looking forward to tomorrow. Um, Probably not going to get too much sleep tonight. I believe. Thinking about it. Don't think about it.
No, I think I'm okay. I mean, I
Yeah.
think, yeah, like the excitement will hit, but I feel good. I think because it's your second book, it's more like, you know, I think my biggest fear, I would say, is just the technology, right? Because you can't
Hmm.
control that stuff. However, I brought in JKN, which is part of my Diva Network sister, who is handling all my tech stuff. So that fear went away a little bit because I know she's amazing and she'll handle all the technical stuff for me so I can focus. Yeah, you can't do it yourself. It takes a village. So I have a good team that will be helping me
Yeah.
navigate through it. So yeah, no, I'm super excited.
That's kind of leads to the next question. And how do you balance from writing to all your business commitments? How do you balance that all out? When do you have the time to do all of it?
Yeah, I love that question. In fact, when I speak on stages, one of the things I talk about is what is the most important meeting of the day? And most people don't realize, and some get it, that have probably seen me speak or watch my videos on social media. But the most important meeting of the day is the meeting with yourself, right?
Mm.
So I have a non-negotiable time in the morning where I wake up probably around 6:30, and I'm literally like not available to the world until about 9 o'clock, and sometimes a
Good.
little later. So those are my non-negotiables. Those are my time. It's where I sit with myself, have time with God, journal, go for my long walks. I walk 3.5 miles every day, sometimes 4. Ask my neighbors. They all wait for me, even the little dogs. Everybody knows me in
Hmm.
my neighborhood. But it's my time that I get to just go inward and take some time to ask myself, how am I doing, right? We always wait for people to ask us how we feel. I don't believe that. I think that if they do, that's a bonus, but I think it's your responsibility to check in on yourself. Your mental health is number one. So that's how I balance my obligations. I balance it through me sitting down with myself and see how I'm feeling. And some days I'm not at a 10, I'm at a 7 or 8. I give myself some grace, right? but I
Yeah.
also know how I'm going to show up for my obligations. People are running around with anxiety. They're showing up to meetings. They're anxious. So I show up with grace. I show up with calmness because I give myself time to relax before I go. I get a lot done in a day, and I do. People say, how do you do it all? And that's because of that practice of really taking that time to work out, to walk. I do weight training. I do
Mm-hmm.
Pilates. Like, I'm really into my health, and that's important to me. So I give it to myself first before I give to the world, so I can show up the best version of myself. So that's how I balance it all out, and that
That's good.
actually, I didn't believe the word balance. I can't believe I just said that, because that's a word I don't really say because I don't believe in it. But that's how I get what I need to get done.
I agree. I agree. Um, what do you hope the readers gain from your work, and how do you measure success?
Yeah, that's a great. So I measure success and how I'm feeling, right? It's if I'm excited. Everyone's success is different. Me is waking up every single day and loving what I do. To me, I'm successful. Some people call being successful just because they have a lot of money or they are hustling. And me is I should say, because it's, privilege. I get to wake up every day and do what I love to do
Mm,
and give to others. And I do it with love, passion. And that to me is how I measure success.
that's true. All right. I like that answer. Um, and it's organic, and I like that. Um, Paulo says, "How did it feel to seeing your own son in the Times Square, watching himself on the giant video screen? How
It
did you?"
was, yeah, it was so surreal watching Kyle Dion. He's incredible singer. He gets that from my
Mm-hmm.
father's side. My family comes from, Kalubana. They're all my family.
Yes.
We come from a big musician family. Very grateful. That's why I keep my name Silva, to make sure
Mm,
that everyone knows who my family is. But he's fantastic. After that, he was on the MTV VMAs awards. He sang there. So just super proud of him, everything he's doing. He lives out in LA and just crushing it every day. Just
I like that.
incredible artist.
Mm. Um, I did. I got. I was made aware of it by Paulo, and he had told
Yeah,
me
he
about
went to
the
one of
doc.
his shows when he went to Boston. That's
Nice.
it. Yep. Cousin Love. I love that so much. Good support.
Yeah, you gotta support. Especially you never know who's watching, and who you're inspiring. But
Mhm.
when it comes to family, I try to make sure that I go to everything from the dance recitals from the grandkids to the plays of my grandkids to whether it's a soccer game, a basketball
Mhm.
game, and I just want them to see me visible, see me and
Yeah.
hear me. It's very, very important because I didn't get that.
Yeah.
I didn't get that, and I wish my folks had seen that because the first game my mom went to, I ended up scoring the game-winning points,
Mm.
um, and it was all due. I knew she was there. Kind of made me run faster, do different things, um, and then the next time, the first time my dad seen me, um, now mind you, I was playing every sport I could,
Mm.
but these particular dates was the first time that they came,
Mm.
and we won the city championship,
Wow.
and my dad was in the bleachers, and one of his friends is now my close friend.
Mm.
We talk about that all the time, and I said, I will never forget you.
Yeah.
What do you? Of course you won. I said, no, I will never ever forget you because you were sitting near my dad, and it's the first game he ever went to in my life.
Mm.
So your name will always be mentioned. And
Wow.
so support a family, like you said, is very, very important. And I'm going to support you like family from this day forward.
Same here. You're amazing as well. I mean, I know you're
Thank
interviewing me today, but I did some research, and You're amazing. Went through your pages. You're doing incredible things as well. So thank you. Yeah. Any way we can support each other. I believe it's all about collaboration. So anyway,
Yes.
I can help as well.
I don't know if you noticed, I have Cape Verdean author book fair on Facebook, and
Oh, amazing.
I put both your books up there.
Oh, thank you. I didn't even see
And
that. I gotta go
yeah,
check that out. Yeah.
so
Yeah,
anybody is
I talk about Cape Verde a lot in my book, which was very therapeutic for me because growing up and people not knowing where Cape Verde Islands is, Cabo Verde.
true.
I was just there
Mm-hmm.
last summer, and got to see my
Great.
family. We're from São Vicente, so shout out to São Vicente.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody listening?
Nice.
Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, I wanted to talk about it because it's important. Even though I was born in Portugal and I have a whole story about just being mixed and um, Americans not know what Cape Verde is, and they put you in a box. And it's nice to finally talk about my country and where my family's from, and it's a beautiful island, and I'm just proud of my culture.
Yeah, I know I am too. And it's too bad growing up that I was that generation where we were moved to the other room when they were talking and
Mm.
trying to Americanize everyone after them, and it was
Subukan ta
too,
fala Creole.
yeah. See, I couldn't help you. Yeah, I couldn't help you.
Creole. Okay. All right. So you don't speak Creole. It's okay.
No, I don't. And my mom, I think it stops right at my mom, and it's too bad. I'll tell you something. I did take up a class, through Zoom, and Jaffa from Boston, Mass.
Mm.
They wrote the Cape Verdean dictionary, her
Mm-hmm.
and the family, and so they have their basics, Creole basics, and they teach you the basic words that you need, especially when you're traveling.
So what did you
Uh,
learn? Share, share, share.
well, things like bon dia. I have a
Okay.
problem with the pronunciations. Um, uh, Let me see. See, now you're gonna make me do this class all over again.
It's okay.
Um,
A couple
but it was
words.
for eight words. I never knew of the K sound. Like there's no C in Creole.
Yeah.
It's a K.
It's
And
okay.
so all those little things that I was trying to, um, nombre, it just goes
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
and so you just keep on learning that way.
Building. Yeah.
Yeah,
Words.
and the dictionary I do have,
I
I
love that.
can
I should
probably
share
say,
with my kids. They would be excited. Share
yeah,
that with me in a link when you get them, later
I
on
sure
Facebook.
will. I
I
sure
would love
will.
to get it for the boys. They're like, Mom, you didn't speak Creole with us either. And they know a lot of words, but
Yeah.
they didn't
So the
speak like me. It's my first language, so I have no choice but to know it, right?
Yeah, there's two versions. The first one they looked at it and reviewed and end up doing a second one. So I will
I love
make
that.
sure that I get that to you. Great family, the Gonzalez family, and they have done amazing things. Um, there's one question I got to ask you. We got about 15 minutes, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Um, and this question I ask all my guests: who would you like to see on the Really Charlie podcast?
Well, we talked about the 6 people that I'm bringing, so I would have to pick one of them. I feel like they should be one of the 6 should be there. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Anna only because Anna is they're all amazing, but she's
Hmm.
in a little transition right now,
Yeah.
um, betting on herself and opening up an incredible business. I think it would be a great platform for her to expand what she does. She's awesome. She does John Maxwell coaching and training. So
Mhm.
I would say Anna should be your next. And then, of course, all of them. I think they all need to be here.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. I
I
have
could do the
all. I have all the names. I have them down. My phone's amazing. I can jot down some notes or read something, and it goes right to my phone.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, yeah,
You can run the world with just your phone.
yeah, definitely. Um, the Paula says that there is an app now, and
Hmm.
I believe he's talking about Creole language, and the I truly will reach out to all of them to
Yeah.
try to get them on the podcast. The one thing about me is the fall and winter um, is great for me, a great time for me because I get to reach out to some people,
Mm.
especially being in the Northeast, and sometimes you got to stay in the house. There's not too much
Yeah.
traveling you should be doing because the road's dangerous. So doing the podcast is great. So I reach out to people electronically
I love that.
and give them the availability to call me if they need me, and let's talk about the podcast. So,
So you're in New Bedford, right?
so yes,
New
yes,
Bedford. I saw
and
that.
I love it. This is a hometown. 5 years of my life, I was away. I went to LA for 3 years, went down to Florida for two,
That's where I
and
live, Florida.
and came back home. I was in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, in the Panhandle.
Okay. No, I'm in like South Florida, between
Yeah, this
Boca and Fort Lauderdale.
the Panhandle was awesome because for me, I can go in any direction, north, south, east, or west. And
Yeah.
there was football, basketball. There
Yeah.
was just so many sports around there.
Yes.
There was like you just could go anywhere, and if you had someone that drove, guess what? And back then, I could drove. You just go anywhere, and
Yeah.
there was always public transportation, so there
Yeah.
was never a way. There was never a way not to get there. We can get there, and I seen everything. I was down there when Deion Sanders was in college, and it was just amazing because
Mhm.
he was he was he was that dude back then. And but greatest football I ever seen was in the state of Florida, and
Mm.
I'll stick to that for the rest of my life. It just
I
amazing.
believe it. I believe it. I believe it. This is definitely a football state for sure.
Yes. So the you're definitely going to have a great night tomorrow, um, because I'm already geared into it, and I'm only one of probably thousands of people that are, and I'm all psyched up about it. I really am,
Thank you.
um, and I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Thank you so
Um,
much. And thank you for bringing me on a day before. I love this to give
yeah,
it even that extra push. So I appreciate you and all your audience, your followers,
hmm
giving me this opportunity and platform to get more people onto my my launch. So thank you.
yeah. Every show is probably from 500 to 1,000 views, so I I'm proud of that. It's low
You should
numbers
be.
in some cases, people say, but I rather have those numbers, and I'm reaching out to a lot of people locally and making them proud, or
Mm-hmm.
trying to give people their flowers while they're standing, and this is
Mm.
what I use this for.
Love that. Love that. I say that all the time. Yes.
Yeah.
Love me up while I'm here, not when I'm gone. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. This is where
So,
it all counts. This is when it matters. I love that. So good. So
yeah.
good.
Um, Alexandra, do you have any questions for me? Want to strike up a conversation about anything?
No, I'm actually, I think I'm just very grateful, for this time with you. You're amazing and
Thank
keep
you.
doing what you're doing. I mean, you're giving people platforms. So you're also helping so many authors and business owners and people that have something to say. You're
hmm
giving that platform to them. So keep doing what you're doing. And I'm sure we'll circle back at some point to have another conversation
Yes.
and more in depth about this. So I'm excited for, this new relationship, and the collaboration that we're building together. So this is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. And everyone that is listening here on Facebook, YouTube. Um,
Maybe I could
later.
add one thing. I want to give a little plug, actually.
Sure.
I'm the vice president of Diva Locals Global. So I have a women's organization. It's powered by Diva Network. So I'm looking for women all over the world. We have about almost 50 chapters already open, and it's amazing. It's a networking group that we're forming in different cities where women are coming together as sisterhood and just supporting each other and their businesses. So I'm looking for leaders who want to lead chapters, and I would love to have one in your area in Brockton. I'm originally from Connecticut, so
Mhm.
I was raised there, looking to open up in Connecticut area. So yeah, if anyone's interested and want to reach out to me, would love to have a conversation. These chapters are really changing the way women do business together, and we're really creating real sisterhood and just supporting women doing business together. It's a movement, and it's really growing in Godspeed, and I'm so grateful to be part of it. So I just wanted to put that out there since you have the platform.
Yes,
When we want to
actually
network, this is
I
it.
I put
There you
this up here, and I well, all right. Let's see. Sorry,
go. Yep, I
need to
love
cut
it.
out. You don't need to cut out your beautiful face.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
no worries. No, no, it's
Let's
okay.
get this off of here, and um, just want people in Diva Locals in the global. That's I just want to put this up here. I'm gonna actually add some information in the comment section
Okay.
for everyone and make sure that they definitely get all that because it's real important.
Yeah.
Um, I will share almost everything. If you see me liking and sharing some of your things, it's only because that's what I do. I also want everyone that once you purchase the book, show up scared. Please review it and go to all the websites, go to Amazon.com, go wherever you
Yeah.
can to make sure that you critique and give a good review because reviews are so important to authors.
Hmm.
Because someone like me, I'm always reading them, and it makes a big determination whether I buy the book or not, or even buy any product or not. As I check
Right.
out the reviews, it's very important. So when you see Alexandra Silva Labarr and you see her book, Showed Up Scared, don't be scared to give a review. It's
No.
very important. Be organic about it, be true about it, but give it to her because
Yeah.
she's writing books, and like her husband said, she thinks it's going to be her last book in January, but it's definitely not going to be her last book.
Probably not. Probably not. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. We'll see what comes to me organically. That's how it usually comes. Just I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta write this book now. Okay.
Hmm.
Let me
Yeah.
get
Soon.
this one out first. And this is 6 years in the making. So I'm excited for this one because it's been a long time. It's I'm excited to finally just be like, get it out there. On to the next. And that's usually how I am. There's something big and then I just move on to the next and keep going. But I am going to sit with it a little bit and celebrate and really, take it in. Because a lot of times leaders like ourselves, right, we're accomplishing all these incredible things. And it's hard for us to really celebrate for a long time. We're already on to the next. I'm already like
Mhm.
ramped up for the next, what's next. So I want to sit with this for a little while and I want to really, just be proud of myself for this one because this is going to change a lot of lives and it's going to impact a lot of people all over. Like I said, it's a movement and it's going to get people moving forward regardless of the fear. And I envision just all these incredible humans just going out there and pursuing their dreams and not letting fear hold them back and doing it scared anyway and just crushing their goals. And I just envision more and more people just winning every day and just feeling good about the life that they have instead of making excuses why they can't. So I'm excited to celebrate that.
That's awesome. Can't wait. Cannot wait. The keep up the great work. I will produce some clips so you can have for all of your platforms. I'll produce that, like using AI to help me out with those clips, and they
Yep.
produce them. And so you'll have a few, and within the hour, I'll put it on Facebook. I'll actually share it on your page, and then we'll go from there. Yes.
Love it.
Um, keep on
So
writing. I will see you tomorrow at
thank you.
probably 7:05. I'll be there.
We'll be
I'll
there.
shut
Thank you so
down
much.
everything, and then I'll sign on virtually.
Look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much for this. This was amazing. Great conversation, and I appreciate your support.
Thank you. 5 stars, and you keep up the good work.
Thank you,
And
Charlie.
may God always bless you. Take care.
Take care. And
Alexandra, you look great.
you too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. All right, everyone. This is the Really Charlie podcast. That star. That's a star. That's a star. That's a queen. She's doing things. She's trying to provide a legacy for her family. Her son is being part of that legacy, and got to check him out. Maybe he'll be a future guest on this podcast. But please, please, check out her book, and I will see you guys tomorrow on Sometimes You Gotta Lose Yourself, where my partner, my friend Marvin Speller talks about his book Unpacking Grief, and it's real, real important that if you're grieving and it's about a loved one, check out that book. It's a great book, and he has a plan book in the back. So, but it's all about Alexandra Silva Labarr. Check out her website. Check out everything that she's doing, and her virtual launch is tomorrow. So sign up. I left the website in the comment section, and definitely register. So I'll be there. I'll be there. You can be there. And thank you for supporting the Really Charlie podcast. I will end with my outro song, and check you out tomorrow. Take care.